Liam Cameron's team has officially reached an agreement with Boxer to finalize his fight against Ben Whittaker as a 10-round contest. All right. I don't understand and know the business components to every single fight contract that's ever been signed in the history of boxing. But I do know that things get a hold of social media quite quickly and things start to trickle out and we get notifications about it. And I have not seen an instance as similar to what we've seen now in a very, very long time, if not ever before. And there's been a lot of controversy around Boxer. I know some people are not very big fans of them. For me, I'm someone that doesn't really care about promotional companies. They're all cool as long as they give me a good fight. That's all I care about. But let's just look at what's been going down with Ben Whittaker's career in Boxer. So he's building up and rising as this young, up-and-coming superstar across the pond and becoming a potential international brand. And he gets lined up to go fight a guy in Liam Cameron on a Riyadh season card. Fight's going fine, starts off fine, and then the tides start to turn a little bit. Liam Cameron starts to put on a show, going on a great display, and almost gets to a point where, hey, the rounds end up being even on the scorecard, hence why it was a draw. And listen, Andy Clark was on last week, and we went into detail about this fight, all that prevailed, all that happened in that ring. The answer and the truth is, we do not know if there was a serious injury or not. I'm not going to judge Ben Whittaker or anybody else what happened in that ring. Maybe we'll know one day, maybe not. Here's what I do know, though. For Ben Whittaker, he tumbles out of the ring, he hurts his back, so on and so forth, and then we get some more details, all the way from the hole in the wall, all the way to the phone incidents at the airport, and all these different things start to happen. And then things go quiet for some time, and all of a sudden we start to hear the trickling news coming out that this will be a rematch that's going to get scheduled. All right, great. We all have already had the discussion. We know that Ben Whittaker has to do this rematch with Liam Cameron. This was always going to be a cloud over his head if he did not go and fight Liam Cameron in a rematch and defeat Liam Cameron. For Liam Cameron, he established a name for himself, and he does not necessarily need this win for his career to move forward. For Ben Whittaker, he needs this fight. This rematch was mandatory for Ben Whittaker to continue his career and on the upward trajectory. Now he has to win that fight, but he has scheduled this rematch. So push comes to shove, and now we get in a situation where they're negotiating this contract, and we end up coming to the conclusion that, okay, Easter Sunday, we are going to have a rematch go down between Liam Cameron and Ben Whittaker. Great. Well, then we start to hear more news come out that for some reason, Boxer screwed up the contract. And Ben Whittaker and his team were only expecting to have a 10-round fight when what was on the contract brought to Liam Cameron's team by Boxer that contract said 12 rounds. All right, it is what it is. Signed deal, let's move on. Well, for one reason or another, Boxer and Ben Whittaker's team, whoever it is getting involved here, wants to do everything they possibly can to make this be a 10-round fight. Now, let's rewind what I just said a few moments ago. Ben Whittaker needs this fight regardless of what happens. There should be no complaints or issues. They screwed the contract. Get in there. What is 2 extra rounds? I know it's tough. I know it's a championship round, so on and so forth, but why not go for 12 rounds? And this has been now a 2-3, maybe even 4-week debacle now of saying, hey, let's go and make this fight happen at 10 rounds. Well, Liam Cameron held his ground and said, listen, I'm not changing the terms of this contract unless 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Either we're walking in that ring for a 12-round fight, or second option is you're going to pay me a whole lot of money to bring this down to 10 rounds. Smart move by Liam Cameron. Well, today we finally get the conclusion that, guess what? Liam Cameron's coming away with a lot of money in regards to being able to move this fight down from 12 to 10 rounds. Liam Cameron wins again here. And all I'm going to say is, listen, I get it. Ben Whittaker wants 10 rounds. He was preparing for 10 rounds. Whatever that story is, sure. But let's look at the facts here. He needed this win in this fight, regardless of what was going to happen. However many rounds it was, Ben Whittaker needed to win this fight for his career to continue the upward trajectory of being one of the top prospects in boxing. The fact that they made this go around and around, circle in circles, making a massive deal about the 10 to 12 rounds after everything that's already went down in regards to this fight is embarrassing. There's no other way to put it. He's now put in a situation where Ben Whittaker must go into Sunday on Easter Sunday and have a dominating win on Liam Cameron. Because this entire past, what has it been now, 6-7 months of everything that's come apart to this next time, where he had this massive fan base growing, and so many people have now turned their back on him for one reason or another. And if it wasn't one reason, well, another storyline comes out about the situation. this has been as bad of a situation, both managed by Ben Whittaker or his team or whoever it is, over the past 6-7 months. It has been quite embarrassing. In fact, I might even go as far as to say this is the exact definition of what not to do when managing a top young prospect. But here we are, heading into Easter Sunday in just a couple of days, and we will have the fight between Liam Cameron and Ben Whittaker. And all I'm going to say is I'll break down the fight tomorrow's episode on Friday, but what I'm going to say right now is that this is as big of a must-win, and not just a must-win, has to be a dominating win by Ben Whittaker for this entire thing to kind of go and be pushed aside. He can definitely move past the situation, but he is going to have a dominant display on Sunday, otherwise there's going to be issues.